We keep telling this government to stop playing with young people.
Majama, saa zingine protecting someone can destroy your life. Na whatever you have worked for, ipote tu hivyo ukiwa na macho. Saa zingine ni poa kuroroa, saa zingine ni poa kubanja, kwa sababu ukinyamaza manzi itakuharibia kila kitu. Now, hiki kitu tunaingilia hapa kwa hii kesi ya Albert Oan. Officers wote walikuwa on duty hiyo siku, including OCS, manzi wako kwa noma. Kwa sababu IG alikama akaongea na akasema statement that Juste alididiakiwa kwa self nini, alipigisha kichwa kwa nini kwa ukuta. Now IG hiyo report alisoma, yeye si yeye aliandika, ilikuwa forwarded from the head wa police station, ikakuwa approved by the OSPD, then ikakuwa forwarded through different channels, ikafikia nani IG kuja kwa press, yeye akaongea kitu aliongea. Now PM imetoka, hiyo ni postmortem report imetoka, inasemekana zile injuries alikuwa nazo ni cause of assault. So ni different from whatever was being forwarded from the police station na ikasomwa nani na IG kwa press. Understand? So OCS na askari walikuwa on duty usiku, wanajua nini happened, wanajua, they know ni nini li transpire, they know. Lakini because chunga ule achunge ule, wakaamua kufanya whatever they decided to do. Na hii samu itarudi kudestroy mtu, itarudi kudestroy our askari walikuwa on duty usiku. Juansi umekuwa pia interdicted, inakuwa ni ngumu sana pia urudishwe pia kwa service. So wajaste hapa ni kubanja. Amina kwa mimi kwa timu jamaa tunajua kinaendelea. Mimi ningebanja. Iko tu venye itakuwa. Juu ule mse unafanya nika una protect. Huyo mse atakuruka 100. Atakuruka futi 100 akuachanishe hapo. Wajaste ni bulanda, wajaste. Mimi nakwambia ni bulanda.
Swali. Nikilalamika ati mtu ananiharibia jina, alafu mtu apatikane amekufa, mshukio wa kwanza atakuwa nani? Si ni mimi? Nimeona Senate wakiongelea kifo cha Albert Central. Wanasema IPOA ati CCTV kwa ofisi ya OCS was interfered with. So kuna mtu alizima. Albert alibukiwa 9:30 PM wakishamtoa huko Homa Bay. Asubuhi wanasema walimpata unconscious. Pia wamebadilisha story. Initially walikuwa wamesema aligonga kichwa yake. So kama walizima CCTV wakamwacha peke yake, inakaa kama premeditated murder, right? Mbona officers wa serious crimes wa DCI wana deal na defamation na wase social media? Mimi nishaisiwa mara mob nikifanya NTV na KTN juu ya defamation. Sijashikwa, sijapeleka koti. Unatuma lawyer, labda kuna fine hivyo.
Usiniambie unataka kuweka hiyo takataka hapo. Usiniambie rudisha takataka huko. Rudisha takataka.
So I am standing here to condemn the acts of this government. We remember this action of Ojuang has reminded us a lot. In 1975, Vice President Moi stood in front of the cameras and lied to the country that Josiah Mwangi Kariuki had left Kenya on an official duty to Zambia when the body of Josiah Mwangi Kariuki was rotting in Ngong Forest. In 1992, the government came and said Robert Ouko had committed suicide. Alikuwa na burns on his body, a gunshot wound, a stab wound, and a broken ankle. Unawezaje jipiga risasi, ujidunge kisu, ujichome, ujivunje mguu? Kwani unajichukia na mbona gani? Alafu serikali inakuja to measure the intelligence of Kenyans. Sasa leo tunaambiwa Ojuang died by injuring himself, hitting his head against the wall. A man who had never showed any suicidal tendencies, but immediately he was taken to police cells, he developed this insatiable urge of hitting his head against the wall.
Kuna barua imeandikwa hapa na Honorable Babu Owino Embakasi East MP. Mheshimiwa Babu Owino. Ni barua na hali kadhalika pia ni kama shairi.
Okay.
Na ameandika hii poem in honor of the late Albert Oan.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Principal. I hope this letter finds you well, though I doubt it will. See, I was supposed to report back today, Monday, with chalk dust on my cuffs and a smile on my face. But I won't be coming. Not because I'm sick, not because I quit, but because I died in the hands of those who swore to protect me. I went home to Homa Bay just to greet my mother, feel the village breeze, and remember who I was before lessons, plans, and school bells. But they came for me. Not thieves, not bandits, but men with badges. They said, come with us. Just a small matter to discuss. But their vehicle roared like war. Their mission had no mercy. They didn't come to ask. They came to silence. They say I hit the wall. They say I confessed with my skull. But you and I know walls don't kill unless hands help them. I died in a cell, Mr. Principal, and not even a whiteboard was left to tell my side of the story. My only weapon? A keyboard. My only sin? Telling the truth in a country that fears it. So tell the students not to wait for me. Tell them that Mr. Albert won't be back, not because he failed them, but because this country failed him. From now on, I'll be marking papers in silence, 6 feet under, while justice plays hide and seek above ground.
Powerful, very strong. Yani atakuna kuongezea wala kupunguza. Rest in peace, Mr. Albert Oan. Very powerful.
Maisha ya kuku. Hata kuku afadhali tunaheshimu kuku, tunaipatia muda mpaka Christmas. Lakini hapa Kenya maisha ya binadamu, anytime we want to delete somebody, we do it at any time. Lakini kuku mpaka uipatie muda. It is very sad that this regime has institutionalized extrajudicial killing, finishing our youth, kuua vijana wadogo. Huyu mzee, huyu baba, huyu mtoto, that is the only son. What saddens me, ile kitu ambayo inanipa machungu, is that is the only son of that mzee. Na huyu mzee amefanya kazi kwa Kware, Mombasa, amegonga mawe akipambana huyu kijana asome. Huyu kijana alipograduate akapata degree Pwani University, huyu mzee akabeba mikono akaambia Mungu shukrani. Na huyu mzee akasema sasa wacha niende Homa Bay nipumzike, I have invested in my son ambaye atanishughulikia. Then this government inachukua mtoto. How do you, huyu mtoto aliperform, alifanya makosa gani so that amekuwa handled more than a terrorist? Mtoto amekuwa transported in 7 counties, county ya Homa Bay, akapitishwa county ya Kericho, akapitishwa county ya Narok, Nakuru county, Nyandarua county, Kisii county, Nairobi county. Hizo county zote hazina police station, hazina CID, hazina mahakama. Alifanya makosa gani? Tunaambiwa ati ni makosa ya causing publication of false information, a very minor offense. How can you handle a person like a terrorist, a worse terrorist? Unamtransport county 7 aenda kufia kwa county ya 7 at causing publication of false information. Causing publication of false information against Jesus or who? Against Jesus. Yani mtu mwenye ni complainant. How special is he in this country? How special is he? Mimi nataka kusema na Kenya hii imekuwa hatari kwetu. Hata imefika mahali usiku ukikutana na polisi wako pande hii, robbers wako pande hii, kimbia anguka kwa mikono ya robbers. Yes, you are more safe in the hands of robbers. I'm not ashamed to say that. I dare say, katika hii nchi saa hii, ukikutana polisi pande hii, robbers pande hii, enda robbers wakuibie, wakuache uende kwa nyumba. You are more safe in the hands of robbers in this country. In the hands of police, you are 99% not sure whether utafika kwa nyumba asubuhi. In the hands of police, utapatikana mahali kwa cell, upige kichwa kwa ukuta, ukufe. In the hands of police. Na rais wetu Dr. William Samoei Ruto, tuko na matanga kama hii. Tunaomboleza. Yeye leo anaalika wanamuziki State House wa muentertain. Badala tusikia amealika security organs kuwauliza nini imefanyika. Amealika wanamuziki. Shame on Dr. William Samoei Ruto. Tulikuwa tunataka tusikie president amekutana na security organs State House. Badala ya kukutana na security organs, amekutana na wanamuziki. Wanamtumbuiza State House. Tunataka wale ambao wamefanya hii kitendo, we want to see it rolling. Wale watu ambao wamefutwa kazi hapa Central, those are innocent people. I can tell you those are innocent people. Huyu kijana wenye walienda kumtoa huko ndio wanajua vile huyu kijana amekufa.
Now, before IPOA decides to do its job and tell us who killed Rex, let's first figure out who killed Ojwang, if we can. It starts on Saturday 7th. Ojwang is with his dad. Wametoka kwa shamba, they're having lunch. Then, a bunch of people in motorcycles come and surround the house. Anafikiria hata ni wageni, karibuni. But then, the guys say, we are police officers. They identify themselves. We are police officers and we have come to pick your son because ametusi boss wetu, pale X. Boss wetu ni nani? We shall figure that out in a minute. So, Saturday 7th, he is picked, Ojwang is picked and taken to a local police station in Homa Bay, okay? There his dad joins him and he's seen being interrogated, okay? Kidogo, he is then picked up and taken to Central Police Station, 350 kilometers from Homa Bay to Nairobi to Central Police Station. Kumbuka hapa ilikuwa around lunchtime. So anafika saa ngapi? 2:30. Anafika saa ngapi? He's booked at 2:55 a.m. Alright? To Central Police Station, Nairobi. 1 hour, 10 minutes later, according to Citizen TV and what they have found, at 3:45, he is pronounced dead. Alright? Now, what happened between 2:55 a.m. and 3:45 a.m. now? According to National Police Service, wakatoa presa, wakasema ya kwamba alijipiganisha kwenye wall. And police officers came and found him there. They were rushing him to Mbagathi Hospital where he was pronounced dead. So police wanasema, you know what, sisi hata hakuna mtu tuliguza, yeye alijigonganisha kwa wall. Alright, so 3:45 a.m. Ojwang is pronounced dead. This is Sunday now. Now it is known that Ojwang is dead. He is a teacher, a 31-year-old teacher who is very vocal on his X space. Kumbuka kulikuwa na boss flani ilisemekana that alitusiwa. So apparently the boss, who now we know is Eliud Lagat. Who is who? He's the Deputy Inspector General. Yani yeye ndio mdogo wa mkubwa. He's a big deal, alright? So Eliud Lagat alijam that apparently there was a post published by who? Our dear Ojwang. It was false information about him. Na ukijaribu kupata hii post haupati. Now then I remember I saw an article by allegedly the Star. Yenye ilikuwa inasema that Eliud Lagat is receiving 25 million per month because of his, corruption and bribery in Nairobi. Okay. So hii article ukitafuta inasema it was false. Okay? The Star or Standard did not in fact publish this. So the question is, did Ojwang then fake this post on X or Facebook? Because we are still, if you try to track it, there's no post that is directly linked to his pages that is tarnishing the name of Eliud Lagat. But we know of this false article that spread that said that Eliud Lagat is a master of bribery and corruption. Okay, then now what happens? The big boy, the IG, Mr. Kanja, comes out and says that indeed Mr. Eliud Lagat asked for the arrest of our dear Ojwang under the reason that there was false publication about him. So hapa tusha confirm, Bosia may confirm that Eliud Lagat did indeed call for his arrest. Where is Eliud Lagat as IG is speaking? Ako kando yake. And he says that the police officers that were handling our dear Ojwang that night have been interdicted. Now what is the meaning of interdicted? Interdicted from duty means an employee or official is temporarily removed from their position or responsibilities, typically due to misconduct or pending investigations. Now tell me why Mr. Eliud Lagat has not been interdicted with the rest of the dudes and is here standing next to his boss, Mr. Kanja. I don't know about you, but that's a bit sus, okay? Now, let's go on. IPOA says that wameanzisha investigation. Rex hajawahi patikana his killer. IPOA, you really think we trust you? I don't know. Maybe you could use this case to, make us believe in your structure again. Maybe. Just do your job. Thank you very much. Now that's where we are. Now remember the presser from the police service. Walisema that Ojwang alijigonganisha kwa wall and that's how he died. Of course, no one is buying this story. And of course, an autopsy has to be done. Tell me why the government pathologist, Dr. Johnson Oduor, he has been handling cases za Gava Ukunja. Tell me why he says he can't do that job. Because apparently, he is related to our dear Ojwang. So who's gonna do the autopsy? Are we trusting them with it? Of course, politicians have been speaking about this. One of them is Maraga. Maraga says digital rights must be protected as human rights to ensure freedom of expression. And here comes the other question. These politicians, these government officials have been saying the past few months of social media regulation must be done. So the question is it social media regulation or you're trying to gag the freedom of speech of especially the youth? If Ojwang died because of a social media post, na sahi hatuna hizo social media regulations, what about the time they do have those social media regulations? What more punishment, quote unquote, is more than death? And that's what we're going to speak about on my show tonight, Genz Manifesto. Is it social media regulation or are they trying to gag our freedom of speech? Join me, guys. We are correcting this nation one day at a time. Period.
Who do you turn to when the police station is the scene of crime? Who protects you from the police? A young Kenyan teacher, Albert Oan, was arrested from his parents' home. They were having lunch. He was driven 350 kilometers to Nairobi to Central Police Station, and the next day, he was dead. Police say he had been arrested for false publication over a social media post. They claim that he banged his head against the wall of his cell, and when they rushed him to hospital, he was pronounced dead. But his dad, who saw his body, said the injuries are consistent with torture. It was not until after national outrage that they interdicted the Central Police Station commander, the officer in duty, and the police officers involved, but they were not named.
Kama si kelele yako, ikesi Albert ingelengwa. Someone tell those killers that as long as I exist, this will be the last case file being thrown under the rug. Woe unto you for thinking that we'd let this slide. To my fellow patriots, it's high time we stop sitting and thinking that police brutality will end. Ndio maana leo tunasema enough is enough. Usisahau kubeba flag, handkerchief na maji na ukairada ya warazi.
Do we have a dictator in town, and what does it why are Kenyans really embracing that?
Well, they are waiting for the next election. I can tell you, if Ruto gets more than 3 million votes, he will be lucky. Even the Kalenjins that he thinks they are going to vote for him blindly, the young people from that community are not going to vote for him. So I'm telling you for free.
So the crowds from Narok during his tour of the region, that could have been part of paid up crowds.
You saw the crowd even in central Kenya, where each person was being paid 1,000 shillings, and some of them they were being paid 5,000. And the border guys, they were being paid to carry 2 people, and he himself is paid not only to carry but to attend the rally.
Wacheni tu mimi niseme na mapema. Ndio kama kuna list na andiko mniweke kwa list. I can't wait to reject Finance Bill 2025. I can't wait because I know it will be something absurd. It will be something mental. I can't wait. Mniweke kwa list jameni. List reject.
And don't buy into the political rhetoric of trying to divide you into tribes.
Yes.
Our problems are not tribal. There is no Kikuyu problem, there is no Kalenjin problem, there is no Luo problem, there is no Somali problem. There is no Kamba problem.
Yes.
Shift share knows no tribe. The university funding model knows no tribe.
Yeah.
Joblessness knows no tribe. All these problems that we point out, they do not know any tribe.
Luchivia, labda hujui ni nani utapigia kura in 2027.
Yes.
Lakini ile kitu muhimu zaidi ni kwamba ujue yule mwenye hautapigia kura.
Yes.
Are we together? You may not know who you will vote for in 2027.
Yes.
But it is important to know who you will not vote for in 2027.
The best way for Kenyans to vote in 2027 is two ways. One, don't vote for anybody who did not deliver when it came to their manifesto. Number two, do not vote for anybody who had any previous corruption cases. For example, when it comes to Sakaja, the current Nairobi governor wants to run for a second term. Now, I will be damned if I vote for Sakaja considering just one part of the manifesto, which is roads. He said that he will fix roads and he will fix drainage and water will be distributed to different parts of Nairobi. He said this and he has not delivered. Nairobi to go 2025, we are almost at the half of the year and the roads are flooding insanely even if it rains just a little bit. So what logic would someone be using if they vote for Sakaja for the second time? What logic would somebody be using if they vote for Pasaris, who is definitely probably going to run again for Nairobi women rep, and she has not been proactive in talking about like femicide cases and protecting women, which is her job in parliament. If we just focus on those two things, not voting for anybody who had any corruption case and not voting for anybody who has messed up their manifesto, I feel like Kenyans would be really, really far. Instead of focusing on voting for somebody because of their tribe, because they paid you 200 shillings, because you are voting for them just so that they can remove somebody else and you hope that they are going to do something better, please, I think it's time that we remove ourselves from the situation. And also to the Kenyan youth, we are the majority. When you look at people who are 35 and under, we are the majority when it comes to the population. By 2027, let's say all of us will be adult status and all of us can get a voter's ID and actually vote. I am really, really, really encouraging people to register to vote when that time comes. Let's not vote for people because of any other reason except those two. Let's be logical this time, please. Like our lives depend on it.
Kwani wewe utakubali upige kura mtu aibe? Wewe kama Mkenya mwenye unateseka as we speak now, utakubali uende upige kura 2027 alafu mtu achukue aongeze rais? Kwa sababu anatuambia kwamba hakuna rais ashawahi kuwa one term president. Sasa wanasema hata kama rais hatapita, watachukua kidogo kidogo kutoka kwa zile zetu waongeze rais apite. Kwani wewe kama Mkenya who are going through a very difficult times as we speak now, are you going to allow people to steal your elections? Kwani tutakuwa wajinga aina gani? Tutakuwa wajinga aina gani turuhusu watu waibe kura zetu yenye tumepiga na venye sisi tunateseka saa hii? Atuwaibe waongeze yule mwingine apate aingie kama rais. Kwani sisi tutakuwa wajinga aina gani? Si wajinga walisha Kenya. Sasa itakuwa aje mtu atuibie kura zetu?
Wakiiba itaungua. That is the truth of the matter. No way. That wakiiba, just like his agents have said that you know watajaza. The truth of the matter is wametuibia ya kutosha, wameiba pesa zetu za kutosha, wametuua ya kutosha. If William Ruto survives to the election na ajaribu kuiba, itaungua. That's the truth of the matter.
2027 at the tallying center at the ward level, we will have Gen Z representatives to count the votes and to announce the votes. Alafu tutaungana kama Gen Z, kama ni Nairobi County, kuna Gen Z wa kule Githurai, Gen Z wa Kangemi, atatuambia ni ngapi na tutajua ni votes ngapi za rais zimepigwa katika Nairobi County, na tutafanya hivyo katika Kakamega County, tutafanya hivyo katika Bungoma County.
Haja na magavana, MCA, mnataka zile za rais peke yake.
Lazima rais ametuchosha bana, lazima kwenda nyumbani.
One time. Sasa nini? Ground. Atuongea. Sawa.
Hivi venye nanawa hivi. Ndio nanawa Ruto. Nimenawa Ruto kabisa. Nimenawa Ruto. Ruto Kasongo nimekunawa.
My people, unaingia kuiva alafu unaletewa one time kama chesa. Mulisema hamutaki kuchelewa in anything. Well, Kenyans, you never disappoint, and this is the reason as to why I just love my country, Kenya. Munakuanga macho na munakuanga sete in anything. Anyway, Aluta, the struggle continues. We have to drain the swamps.
Say you more you.
Ruto must go. Ruto must go.
Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe, Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.